Yes, the rumors are Adele is going to be joining Beyonce for Act 3. Now, when I heard this information, I was like, that would be cute in theory, but like reality, what the hell is Adele going to do on a rock song? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be aggressive rock. Maybe Beyonce may sample Adele, I don't know, but I don't want to hear Adele on a rock song. On a rock and roll. I just don't. I mean, Rolling in the Deep is kind of rock adjacent in a way. If you kind of listen to Rolling in the Deep a little bit from a rock perspective, the way she's very, but I don't like that. I don't want her on no rock song with Beyonce. Okay, Adele, go on, stay. Also Adele never has done a feature in her life. Like Adele doesn't do features, so but it is Beyonce we're talking about. It is Beyonce, so maybe she may make an exception for Beyonce. But me personally, right now, I don't really know if I want Adele on that track. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay, what Adele gonna sing on a rock song? Yeah, I don't want it. Turn that shit the fuck off. Turn it off right now. Glorilla, please stop touching your face. If you touch your face one more time, I'm going to sue you. Listen, she has switched it up again. I don't know what it is, but she definitely does look different. If you are a face surgeon expert or whatever, what did she get done again? Let me know. Maybe it's just the makeup, but the hair color is cute. It's giving me Ice Spice vibes, but Glow, she wants to be a bombshell so bad. She wants to be a baddie so bad. Okay, she low-key, this is a Megan Thee Stallion makeup look. If you look close enough, that soft, cute beat, that's what Megan be doing. I think Glow is having a midlife crisis at 26, 27. How old is she? Yeah. I think she's having a midlife crisis. But she does look cute. I'm not going to sit up here and say she isn't cute, but I just like she's trying to be like the next girl. And when you're not being original, you're not being authentic to your own self, it just comes across as phony. You know what I'm saying? It comes across as very phony. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Moving on to Ice Spice. Ice Spice has finally launched her campaign with Wendy's. You all know that she had a whole deal with Wendy's, and she kind of dragged it into the McDonald's thing like 3 weeks ago. Remember she got beat up in McDonald's, slapped the fuck up? Yeah, remember that? Remember that? Yeah, and while she was getting beat up, she was mentioning Wendy's briefly because she has a deal with them. But that deal is finally coming out, and they finally have launched a campaign. And I saw the campaign, I was kind of confused because they were promoting an upgraded spicy chicken meal. Like, why didn't they come up with her own meal? Why didn't Ice Spice have her own ice meal? You see what I'm saying? That would have been good, but this is the gag. I feel like it's because Ice Spice is as popular to have her own meal. Like, Wendy's realized, okay, if we have Ice Spice make her own meal, people won't come because, she isn't really bringing in numbers anywhere like that, But if we have her promote an additional thing that we're doing, she'll be able to help something versus just trying to be the main reason people buy the meal. Because if somebody who's 85 years old see the new chicken sandwich meal and it's upgraded versus seeing Ice Spice meal, they're most likely going to go for the option of the upgraded, promotion versus it being an Ice Spice meal,
Hey, yo, was the slap a setup? Like, was this the plan all along? Ice Spice for Wendy's? Because why is she in the new Wendy's commercial for the spicy chicken sandwich? And then, look, they said new spicy chicken slaps because she got slapped. Wendy's, you're smart. You're smart as hell. And she was serving a look. She had the Ice Spicy on the chain. She had the Ice Spicy on the plate. But it's just like, was this the plan the whole time? Like, was this in the works? Was it like a slap and then it was a rollout? I don't know. Or maybe she was already in works with Wendy's, but then the slap happened, so then they played into the slap on the commercial. Either way, it's really hilarious, but I just feel played. But honestly, now I might have to go to Wendy's tonight and get that spicy chicken sandwich because it was looking good how they was showing it on the commercial. But Ice Spice, get your money, girl. I heard you. This is lit.
Now, everybody's saying the slap was a setup, but I feel like the slap itself was just what happened in the moment, but she took it and tried to flip it to earn money from it. That's how I feel personally. Because everybody trying to say, oh my gosh, Ice Spice is a marketing genius. Ice Spice is a marketing genius. Ice Spice ain't a genius with shit. She ain't a genius with music. She's not a genius with marketing. She's not a genius with nothing but what, maybe twerking, if that. I'm not giving her no fucking props for being a genius at marketing. No, okay? She really got slapped and beat up in that McDonald's, but she already had a Wendy's deal, but she remembered her Wendy's deal when she was sitting in McDonald's because she knew this was going to go viral. So she said, wait, let me mention Wendy's, and then the stuff happened. Then the Wendy's rollout came out. Then the Wendy's commercial came out. So yeah, y'all, I don't think that the deal happened because of the fight in McDonald's. No, it been an establishment for a while now. You know what I'm saying? So let's clock that T. Moving on to the Academy. The Academy has banned AI from being eligible for Oscar nominations or wins. They say only roles demonstrably performed by humans with their consent are eligible for nomination or victory. They also said that screenplays must be human authored to qualify for a nomination or victory, okay? This is cute, but this also needs to be applied to the music industry, okay? I don't want to hear no fucking robots singing my R&B songs. I don't want to hear no bots singing my pop songs. I don't want to hear that, okay? I want to hear humans. So the Grammys need to also have a rule. I heard that the Grammys was going to actually have a category for AI, but I don't want that. AI needs to be canceled. It just does. But I do think that eventually in like 30 years, AI is going to become so normalized that these rules now are going to get lifted. Right now it's annoying, it's crazy, but I feel like as time goes on, the the lines are gonna get so blurred between realistic and AI to the point where it's like nobody cares anymore. You know, it's everything that's new, everything that's technology, everything that has been innovated at one point in time was like everybody was scared of it, everybody was nervous of it, everybody was like, oh my gosh, let's not do that, that's weird. But then as time goes on, it's normal. You know, it's okay, that's fine. Cardi B is tired of getting bullied, she said. She says this on her Instagram channel. She says, mother effers really gotta let that hurt go. It's getting weird and borderline obsessive. Leave me the F alone. It's kind of scary, actually. You chilling in your home and someone thinking and talking about you with a deep-ass weird hate for no reason. Like, it's scary. Cardi, I don't want to hear anything about bullying because every night on your tour, every single night on your miserable tour, you're dissing Bia. You're calling her a person with no hits. You say that, did she even have a BET award? You say that she shit like her dad. You say that she is diarrhea Bia. You say all this every night on tour. But then when somebody discusses you online a few times, you can't take it, all right? Wasn't you online a few months ago cussing out a child, a little girl, for getting the predictions wrong for the football stuff? Okay? Let's stop acting innocent. Let's stop trying to be this innocent person who does no wrong and only gets bullied. No, you do things wrong, okay? Your existence is wrong. Let's just start there, okay? I don't understand why people don't see through the BS, through the whole phony act, because I'm not buying it. I'm not, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to get offline, Cardi, and you're going to pray to God to apologize for all your sins. You know why? Because you are a demon in the flesh. Moving on to Lizzo. Lizzo has dropped a new single called B exclamation mark TCH. It's trash. You know, I played it 4 times. I tried to catch the vibe. It's not good. And y'all might say, oh, you're just being a hater. You know, you just hate Lizzo. I don't hate Lizzo. I give Lizzo a chance every single time. Anybody who I am giving a critique on, I've given you a chance. So don't ever say I'm a hater. A hater doesn't even play the songs and hate on it. That's a hater. Me, I heard the track, play it a few times, still didn't resonate with me, which means it's ass.
Wait, what you call me? If you call me bad things.
Lizzo makes mammy music. Yeah, she makes mammy music, and people have been saying this for years about her, you know. But some people may like the song, some of y'all may enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts on it down below. Do you all feel like this song could be a hit for her? I don't think so. I really don't think so. The reason why I don't think so is because it doesn't sound authentic. A lot of her music recently has not been given that authentic feel that About Damn Time had, that Truth Hurts had. What else she had? Like, those songs felt real. Like, that song, Good As Hell, that felt authentic. Zendaya would not be attending this year's Met Gala, according to Elle. Zendaya, what is going on here, baby? You are an icon, star, superstar. Listen, I don't want to see influencers on the carpet this year, okay? Because the influencers, well, they start to infiltrate things. I need the stars there, you know? Why you don't want to go see Beyonce? You don't want to go see Beyonce? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure she's seen her many times, but no, Zendaya, I'm kind of sad she's not gonna be there. I love me some Zendaya. She shuts down the runway every single time. She's gorgeous, body tea, face tea. Her fashion is always tea. Law Roach always gets her right every single time, and I love Zendaya. But maybe Zendaya is just kind of getting tired of the industry. I feel like in life, after a certain point, the industry games, industry shows, industry events can become very overwhelming and very overrated after a certain point in time. But girl, I don't care. You need to be there. I don't care. You need to be there. But, you know, probably scheduling issues and stuff like that. But where my Zendaya fans at? Comment down below. Where my Zendaya fans at? The Barb's on here clocking Beyonce and Beehive. So they said the seamstress of pop Beyonce has completed 3 whole months without a single appearance on Spotify Global Chart this 2026. They said the Beehive are too busy tweeting about Nicki Minaj and her Barbs. All right. So people are saying, okay, you know, they don't really realize that Beyonce is flopping because they are so focused on another fan base, so focused on Nicki Minaj's numbers. Now, in my opinion, you know, Beyonce doesn't have music out, but I think that Beyonce, the brand, is way bigger than Beyonce, the artist. Beyonce, the artist, does not get that many streams. Her music doesn't do that much when it comes to, like, charts and stuff like that anymore. Her songs barely last on the chart. Her brand is way, way bigger than her music, which is still a compliment because her music is very big, you know? But people who, like, obsess over the Beyonce brand, like, oh my gosh, that's Beyonce, they typically only know her, like, her general hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, the average person doesn't really know her, you know, her deeper dives. And you would think, since she's Beyonce, everybody would know her deeper dives and everybody would know, you know, certain songs, but that's not how it is because Beyonce, the brand, is way larger than Beyonce, the musician. And like I said earlier, that is still a good thing because Beyonce, the musician, is still a very, 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 very big brand and very big thing. But Beyonce is more so known as the queen, the Beyonce, the B, Queen B, oh my gosh, you know. But when it comes to performance, Beyonce does not perform how she does in the cultural impact way. You know, you would think the way she's so culturally impacted that she would have a lot more numbers to show for it. She ain't been charting for 3 months, okay? And, you know, that's kind of scary if you are a 20-plus-year-old veteran. But Beyonce, she doesn't care about those things, obviously. She has put, you know, more emphasis on actual quality, actual music, actual moments. And I think that's kind of why Beyonce doesn't really care about those numbers. I'm pretty sure if she wanted those numbers, she could pay for those numbers, obviously. But, hey, it is what it is. As you all know, Glorilla just dropped a diss track to her sister. And y'all might say, what do you mean? That was not a diss track to her sister. Yes, her whole verse was about her sister, okay, in the song. So the song is called Get Out My Face. It's a new song with Lotto. and Soulja Boy sample, and Glorilla's sister Brorilla has clapped back at Lotto, clapped back at Soulja Boy, and clapped back at her her little sister? I don't know. Her big sister, Glorilla, and it's crazy. Let's get into that tea.
Trying to be positive, not with the negative You know what I'm saying? Like, Boss of Real, Drake, Soulja Boy, Lotto, Blow. Lotto, you not even getting claimed in public by your baby daddy. Like, you pregnant by a married man while you want to sit here and put Blow on the record. Both of y'all running behind Cardi B crown. Y'all could never get or take on no day. Yeah, Drake, you suing him over dissing and you. Like, I thought it was good. I thought it was cool. Y'all write this song back to back. You him right? Cause you mad cause Kendrick Lamar got on you want to sit here and applaud Lotto. Soulja Boy, your outfit still big as ever since you. And you lame as a and can't rap. And I'm coming for all y'all ass. All y'all. And anybody who like that song and I stamped it. Lame as hell, them dust ass free ass ball. Like Cardi B. If you sign anything like Cardi B sign right here, you and Lotto could never be Cardi B. Y'all record together to try to get the type of views Cardi B get. Let's go.
Okay, so me personally, Glorilla's sister is corny to me. Her time is up. Her fame is up. I think she's trying to make a career out of dissing her family, but it's just kind of becoming like redundant now. And it's like after a certain point in time, the antics don't hit no more. You know, it was funny at first when we found out that Glorilla wasn't paying her family no money. That was cool. It was trendy. It was a gag. But now, okay, shut up. You know. And what does Drake have to do with this? Oh, because Drake wrote the song, right? Okay, yes. Drake wrote Lotto's verse. I forgot. Okay, yes. So she's also throwing shots at Soulja Boy. Baby, Soulja Boy, he just on a sample. Leave him alone, all right? But I think that Glorilla, though, dissing your family on a song, on a diss track, I wouldn't do that. I would leave it at family beef. I wouldn't take my family beef to my profession or to my career. I just don't think it's needed. You know, you called your little sister a freaky stud that's laced. And you told her to keep that P word out her face because I guess she focuses on P word too much. Then you told her that it's a million ways to get paid, but you begging me for money. That's what she said on the song. But I think, honestly, though, never bring family drama to your career, your business, your job, your music, your art. Leave it at home. I mean, unless it's your husband, okay, you can kind of talk about him in a song, you know, but nobody wants to hear you dissing your sister in music and, like, think we're going to relate to it. I mean, people relate to it all the time, but I don't want to recite freaky stud that's laced. I don't want to say that. Moving on to Michael Jackson. The Michael movie has surpassed $300 million globally. It is the second highest grossing musical biopic of all time. Ow! Yes! Give it to us, Michael. Yes, listen, I'm happy because Michael Jackson, his music always gets me creamy. I'm sorry. It gets me excited. It gets me screaming. It gets me happy. And I love Human Nature. I love that song. I'm looking in the mirror. That song is good. I love that song that go like, but I have yet to see the Michael movie. I'm finna go see the Devil Wears Prada movie first, then I'm gonna go see Michael. I don't know. I just feel like I'm more of a Devil Wears Prada type of person right now. I love Michael Down. Y'all know that. I love Michael Down, but Michael, I might want to see you personally in my home. Because with Michael, I'm gonna want to replay it over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But people are saying to me, you need to get that experience watching Michael in the movies. I guess I'll do that too. But, child, when I get in the movies, I want to eat my food, my Chipotle bowl in peace. I don't want to sneak my food in. I want to just go in and eat my food, you know? Moving on to Can't Keep a Man, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion completes her Broadway run as Zidler in Moulin Rouge after beginning on March 24th. They said that she made history as the first female identifying performer to play the role, okay? Megan Thee Stallion, I'm proud of her for doing Broadway. You know, her doing Broadway was definitely a moment for her because, let's be real, she hasn't really had many moments since her music career has fell off. So her doing Broadway, she has to do Broadway. She has to do these commercials. She has to do these brand deals. She has to, you know, get on yachts with white men and, you know, beg them for love. Then they cheat on her, you know, because she hasn't really been popping like that personally with her music. So, you know, she has to do these things, right, to keep her name popping somehow. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at that. I'm proud of that. That's a good thing. You know, when you can't get a hit to save your life no more, you got to go on stage and twerk for, like, you know, the Broadway fans. You know, you got to go on Instagram and post little commercials for, like, you know, pennies, you know? But also for me, I'm proud of Megan also because it seems like she's finally moving on from Klay Thompson and she has learned from being a hoe. You know, she was a hoe for so long that she kind of would linger with men for a little bit. You know, she kind of would stay around with the men for a little bit to the point where she got a foot, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, you know, she's learned a lot from herself. So I'm proud of her for that. I'm also proud of her because she's learning that, hey, you're not valuable, baby. So leave these men alone. And I'm proud of her for learning that. I'm proud of her for moving on and understanding that, hey, baby, you don't need a man right now. You know, you're hurt, you're damaged, you have trauma. You know, Megan is really growing as a person and she's learning. And, you know, it's good to see her finally admit that these men don't love her. And she finally is moving on. She's doing her Broadway shows. You know, she's doing her brand deals for pennies. You know, this is a big deal here. Ow, 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 ow. Moving on to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has surpassed 47 million monthly listeners on Spotify. So that means that she has just made history again. Clap, clap, clap. If you don't clap, clap right now. If you ain't clapping, baby, you finna get hurt, okay? Nicki Minaj has become the most streamed female rapper ever right now on the platform, like I just said. So that means that you need to be clapping in the comments. Yeah. Okay? Y'all, I'm proud of this because, first of all, she's on her off season. She's in her off season. She's not in her active music releasing era. So to be doing these numbers and she's not even releasing music actively right now, that says a lot. That says a whole lot. And people don't understand that because they're so used to throwing shade and, oh, Nicki's doing this, Nicki's doing that. So she must be in her flop era. She must be in her bad girl era because she supports Trump now. So, she must be, tanking and stuff. She must be having underperforming numbers. No, it's kind of crazy. It's almost like the Trump stuff has boosted her career some more. It's almost as if her doing the politic thing has increased her reach with people, It's almost as if she has opened up a new entire audience to her career by going to the Trump fans and the Republicans for a little bit. That's a whole different side of the world. And, people acted as if it was bad because she was allegedly abandoning her fans, her other fans who weren't like that. But the real fans didn't leave. The real fans don't go nowhere. The real fans are streaming, and the real fans are going to always be around. Moving on to Kim Petras. Do y'all remember when Nicki Minaj did that song called Alone back in 2023 with Kim Petras? Yes. LGBT member Kim denies rumors of removing Nicki Minaj's feature from their collaboration. Kim Petras says the website was hacked. Nothing in the chat room came from me. You've lost your chat room privileges, because there was, rumors that Kim Petras, who is transgender, was going to remove Nicki Minaj off of the song Alone because allegedly, Nicki Minaj hates transgenders and allegedly Nicki Minaj doesn't support them. But that's not true. That's not true at all. And, I'm glad that this came out to be fake, because if that was real, I would have been on Kim Petras' behind. I would have said, girl, why are you going to take Nicki Minaj off of a song, number one, first of all? Number two, why didn't you have a conversation with her first? Because I feel like, if you listen to the conversation of the fans and the haters, they're going to tell you that she hates the LGBTQ. But if you talk to Nicki Minaj herself, she would tell you herself that she doesn't have a problem with it at all. Moving on to Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now earned over 1 billion plus streams on Spotify in 2026 across all credits. They said that he does so with no new album released in nearly 9 years. Okay? Yeah, so my question is this, right, Jay-Z? I feel like all these numbers you're getting, seriously, is simply because of the Crazy in Love records, the Beyonce records, the Rihanna songs you got with Rihanna, the Kanye music. None of this stuff from Jay-Z is from his solo stuff. Let's be real. Jay-Z doesn't really have that much solo mainstream hits. But before y'all come attack me, do the homework. Do the homework. Jay-Z does not have that many solo mainstream hits. He does have a lot of solo bangers and solo classics, but when it comes to mainstream success, a lot of his songs, he needs help. Because let's be real, Jay-Z's formula of rapping is not mainstream. It's just not. But he can collaborate with mainstream artists like Rihanna, Beyonce, and Justin Timberlake, Kanye West to get a hit. If Jay-Z would have just put out a pure rap song like he always does, it won't go top 10 today. It won't go top 10 even 5 years ago. So he has to get on songs as a feature to be crazy mainstream on 2 charts, on 2 streaming, Now, like I told y'all earlier, when it comes to making a dope record or like a cool song, he can do that. But Jay-Z doesn't have the power of being a mainstream artist alone. And people don't realize that until they look at his numbers and his Excel sheets and the spreadsheets and realize, oh, so all your biggest songs are with other people who have mainstream appeal. And I'm talking about more so within the past, decade, okay? I'm not talking about the 90s. I don't give a fuck what happened in the 90s. Maybe he got popular off of a rap song in the 90s. That's fine. That's cool. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about 2010s on up. Jay-Z has been flopping since then. Solo, his career has not been doing the same as it was back in the day. And he's been getting by. So these streams on here are from other people. Moving on to Zara Lawson. She says that she wants to do a joint album with Tyler. Zara says, hey, Tyler, if you want to do a 21/Drake where we just do a collab, like a fully joint album, I'm ready. Sis, wait. It's too soon for a joint album, Zara. Tyler already has her motion. She already has her success. She already has her album, A-Pop, coming out soon, Zara. Focus on your career, okay? It's too soon to be doing joint projects. You can do a joint project once you have fully established yourself as a brand or as a certain artist, and then a joint project could work. But right now, you're still building. And I guess she was just being funny or just playing around. I don't know. But I don't want that. It's too soon. Plus, Tyler don't need you. No shade. It's giving you keep trying to milk Tyler for a hit. Today is Megan Thee Stallion Day in Houston, Texas. They said the date honors her philanthropic contributions, which coincides with the birthdays of her late mother and grandmother.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
Moving on to Ariana Grande, people are trying to call her out for the lack of creativeness nowadays for being an artist. They said that nowadays artists are so boring, their covers are so basic and so, dull. And let's get into that tea, right? Because I feel like a lot of artists these days, when it comes to their creativeness or just their album covers, kind of are becoming a bit watered down. But I feel like Ariana Grande, she's an icon and she's a pending legend. Yes, I said Ariana Grande is a pending legend. She's not there yet, but she's pending. When you get to that status where Aria is, sometimes less is more. And sometimes you don't need to have all the grand old pictures, because let's be real. when the music comes out, that matters more than the cover. You're not gonna stream the cover. You're not gonna play the cover. You're gonna play the music. So if the cover is boring to you, just don't engage. But I do think that she could have put a bit more energy into the styling for this cover of the Petal era. The styling is very grandma, very boring, very depressed looking. But she claims that it's supposed to be an album about happiness. I can't tell. The people really want Rihanna to come to the Met Gala. So they said that the odds of Rihanna attending the Met Gala this Monday are currently at 77% on the Poly market. And they said that there's a 77% chance. Now, me personally, I mean, Rihanna goes every year. Like, Rihanna, she may not put out music, but Rihanna at heart is a fashion girl. So if you are a fashion girl at heart, the Met Gala, you love the Met Gala, you love the experience, you love the colors, the carpets, the pictures, the cameras. So I think that Rihanna is going to be there for sure. But I need her to have security down. These people are crazy out here. Her house got, boomed up a few months ago. Like, Rihanna needs to be safe. So make sure y'all have her covered, y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. If you make her late, that's fine too, because if you're late, she can kind of avoid things, you know what I'm saying? So make her late to the show. That's cool. She's always late anyway. Because when you're late to stuff, you kind of avoid stuff. For example, Nicki Minaj was late to the White House event, and, they shut it up. So you see what I'm saying? So let's talk, let's chat. What's your opinion on that?